Thanks so much for joining me today on The Joy of Poeting. We are going to be exploring the sestina. I don't think I've ever written a sestina. I'm not usually a poet who writes long poems. I'm usually pretty concise with my poems, usually taking up a page or less. But a sestina has six stanzas of 6 lines each, and then a final stanza that's 3 lines. The element of the sestina that I guess is most indicative of the form is that there's a specific pattern for the last word of each line. And it's not like a golden shovel where the last word forms some sort of phrase or sentence or something like that. They're more or less, I wouldn't say random because as you're writing a poem, you are being intentional with what you're writing, but there's no like phrase that's spelled out traditionally. That doesn't mean that there can't be a golden sestina ever written, but I did write myself a little template. I'll share my notebook with you. Do, 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 do. Okay, so I made my, I'll zoom in here so you can see it down here. And if you Google Sestina, you'll find this pattern here to help you navigate. So these are representative. Imagine each one of these is its own stanza with 6 lines. These are individual words, the last word of the first line, last word of the second line, etc. And so then the next stanza of 6 lines is going to follow this pattern and so on until the end. At the final 3 lines, the same words are used, but this one is in the middle of the line. This one's at the end. This one's at the middle and end. We'll see how it goes. Um, yeah, I feel a little bit intimidated by this form just because of its length. And I want to ask you all before I get started, do you have a suggestion for me on what to write a poem about? Has there been anything taking up space in your mind recently? Nature. Okay, okay. I'm really struggling to write about those bees that were asleep in those flowers like 6 months ago or more now. I still think about those bees. I need to write a poem, uh, like one that I'm like satisfied with about those bees. Um, Anything particular? Spring, the budding. Okay, okay. I like this. Okay, I like where this is going. I'm gonna make myself a little word bank. Nature, spring, yes. Budding, that might be in Virginia here we have dogwood flowers blooming. Maybe I'll put blooming. What else have I seen? Lots of cherry. I love cherry blossoms. I write about these often. Cherry blossoms, maybe some birds, have some bird actions. Let's see, flowers, the flower before leaves, like delicate chandeliers. Ooh, and daffodils. Okay. Daffodils, birds learning to fly. Oh, okay. Maybe I can put in delicate chandeliers somewhere. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna just write the first stanza, how it comes to me, and then using those words, I'll use those as my template for these next stanzas. Write about how life seems to be happening due to spring. Oh, okay, okay. A little like cause and effect. Okay, okay. Let's see. Um, due to spring. Um, let's see. I'm just gonna go with whatever pops into my mind and then we'll reassess from there. Um, and isn't that how uh and isn't that how uh I always find myself when the sun finally peeks through um peeks through from February's dull haze. Um, before I realize what's happening to me, my leaves have sprouted, buds ready to pop. Okay, I'm on my last one. Um, let's see. I want to say like emitting, emanating, letting, setting free all this pent up life. Okay, so I have my 6 words now. For now, this is the first draft. Maybe in other iterations, I'll end up changing the words. So I have find, peaks, haze, me, ready, and life. Okay. So I'm just going to label these here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did this one. So my next one is 615243. So whatever I end up doing, here's stanza 1. Boop. Whatever I end up doing in this next line, I have to end up at the word life. I'm going to write the pattern here down here so you can see it and I don't have to keep going back and forth. Okay, so life is going to be the last word of the first line. Okay, and isn't that how I always find myself when the sun finally peeks through from February's dull haze? Before I realize what's happening to me, my leaves have sprouted, buds ready to pop, setting free all this pent-up life. Okay, so I have to get to life. Um, let's see. This winter's had a particularly Long, I'm gonna put this in brackets because I want to change that, but I don't know what to what yet. When this winter's had a particularly long life. Uh, and then I have to get to the word find. Okay. This winter's had a particularly long life, and I have to get to the word find here. This winter's had a particularly long life. Um, what do I want to say more about that? Um, okay, the blankets slow to retire to the linen closet. Maybe I'll put finding. You know, rules are there are no rules. I'm gonna put a variation on the word. Blankets slow to retire to the linen closet, finding every excuse to stay cuddled close. Oh, but now I need to get to word five ready, which I think fits well because they're not ready. The blankets slow to retire to the linen closet, finding every excuse to stay cuddled close. Um, like a child, never ready to leave the playground. Okay, I need to get to word two, peaks. I'm gonna just put it here so I know where to get to. Like a child, never ready to leave the playground. Um, let's see. What about spring? Something peeking out. Something that's about spring. Um, let's see. The um the dress with sunflowers peeks at me from behind. Um, that oversized sweater. Okay, I need to get to, let's see, where was I? This was 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on, I need to get to me. Okay. The dress with sunflowers peeks at me from behind the oversized sweater. Um, begging me to slip it on. And then I have to get to three. Haze. Okay, haze. Why did I choose haze? Haze is such a specific word. Okay, begging me to slip it on. I have to get to haze. Um, hmm. Now I'm like, do I want to change the word haze? Maybe I want to change that word to make my life easier with this Sestina. I'll stick with haze for right now, but we'll see what happens. Okay. The dress with sunflowers peeks at me from behind the oversized sweater, begging me to slip it on. Um, uh, okay, maybe I'm rethinking it because now I'm freezing up with this word haze. So I'm going to revisit. Okay. Myself when the sun finally peeks through from February's dull. The next word I was going to choose is malaise, but I don't think that that's going to make my life any easier. From February's dull gray. Is gray better than haze? Oof. Dull, maybe dull gray sky. Is sky better than haze? Let me give it a try. Begging me to slip it on. Yeah, I think sky is gonna give me a better options for what I can do with sky versus haze. Begging me to slip it on. Um, I uh, but uh, it's not time, says the sky. Okay. So I'm going with sky here instead of haze. Make that a little bit clearer. Okay, I have stanza 2 done for now. Check. Okay, so stanza 3, I'm going to give myself a reminder here. 3, 6, 4, 1, 2, 5. Okay. Feel like I'm remembering a passcode on a two-step authenticator. Okay, so 3, 6, 4, 1, 2, 5. So 3 is sky. I'm gonna start with sky. Okay, but it's not time, says the sky. Um, maybe I'm going to switch from inside to outside. Um, I stroll my son up the hill. He blinks, maybe smiles. He giggles. He laughs. He um blows raspberries at the sky. Okay, 3. Now 6. Life. Gotta get to life. He blows raspberries at the sky as I push, push, push to the library. To the library. Um, I notice, maybe I don't need to notice. The shelves uh, lose some life. The shelves lose some life at, each day the sun stays out longer. Okay, but I need to get to what word? For me. Okay, I love talking about myself. That should be easy. The shelves lose some life each day. The sun stays out longer. Um, um, I was gonna say fewer kids to bother me, but that's not true. I love when there are kids at the library. Not that your poem has to be true. Your poem can just be a poem. The shelves lose some life each day. The sun stays out longer. I want to change this. Lose. The shelves lose a little life. Each day the sun stays out longer. Um, oh, da, 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 da. The shelves lose a little life each day. The sun stays out longer. We come anyway. This is going to be a long line. My son crawls over me to get to reach the bay window. Let's see. So now I have sky life me. I need find. To reach the bay window, get to find. Um, um, he's never searching, so he always finds. Boop. Okay. Two peaks. Is that correct? Okay. Two peaks. So he's never searching, so he always finds. Uh, um, he's never searching, so he always finds um, something he didn't know he was looking for. Um, he peeks. What does he peek at? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Number 5 is ready. Um, he peeks um, at the empty chairs behind our book. Someday he'll be ready. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, wow, halfway through. 3. Boop. I think I'm gonna have to go on to the next page here, but I'll keep this nearby. Okay, so the next stanza, stanza 4. We did this one, check. So 5 I'm going to give myself a little reminder here. 5, 3, 2, 6, 1, 4. I'm going to put the rest of them over here. 4, 5, 1, 3, 6, 2, 2, 4, 6, 5, 3, 1, and then 6, 2, 1, 4, 5, 3. Oh, can we read it so far? Sure. Okay, let's see how it is so far. Let's turn it that way. Okay. And isn't that how I always find myself when the sun finally peeks through from February's dull gray sky? Before I realize what's happening to me, my leaves have sprouted, buds ready to pop, setting free all this pent-up life. This winter's had a particularly long life. The blankets slow to retire to the linen closet, finding every excuse to stay cuddled close, like a child never ready to leave the playground. The dress with sunflowers peeks at me from behind that oversized sweater, begging me to slip it on, but it's not time, says the sky. Maybe I'll change that. But it's not time, according to the sky. According to the sky. Why am I changing it? I don't know, just feels right. I stroll my son up the hill. He blows raspberries at the sky as I push, push, push to the library. The shelves lose a little life each day the sun stays out longer. We come anyway. This should be a semicolon. My son crawls over me to reach the bay window. He's never searching, so he always finds something he didn't know he was looking for. He peeks at the empty chairs behind our book. Someday he'll be ready. Okay. Next, 3 long stanzas and then a shorty. Let's see how it goes. So I need 5. I'm going to give myself a reminder also. 1 is find. 2 is peaks. 3 is sky. 4 is me. 5 is ready. And 6 is life. Okay. So 5, ready. I'm going to end with ready. Oops, sorry. Boop, boop. Ready. Okay. So let's see, what did we do? I did some philosophizing. I was inside, like in the bedroom area, and then I went outside to the library. Where do I want to go next? Um, to the park, maybe, but it's like transitioning into spring. It's not quite there. Maybe, yeah, let's try to go to the park. Oh, I talked about the playground already, though. Yes, playground. Okay, JT confirms we're going to the playground. All right. So, ready. Okay. Um, let's see. The slides have other children in um, long sleeves ready to be rolled up. Ready to be rolled up or oh, okay. I have to remember that we have a mission here. Okay, so the next word is sky. So I need to get to sky. Uh, ready to be rolled up or replaced with um t-shirts and tank tops. Sky, sky, sky blue, um, sky blue, sky blue, let's see, sky blue replacing navy. Okay, sky. So now two. We did three, now peaks. Okay. Sky blue replacing navy. Um, let's see. The slides have other children in long sleeves ready to be rolled up or replaced with t-shirts and tank tops. Sky blue. I'm going to put this in brackets since we already used replace. Replacing navy. Um, uh, a toddler giggles as another peeks from behind the swings. Okay, so I have to get to what's the next one? 6, life. Um, let's see. Sleep, deprived, parents with no life left in our joints. Okay. Life, and then 1, find with no life left in our joints. Struggle to keep up with no life left in our joints. Keep our smiles on. Struggle to keep our smiles on. Find one mom finds, then 4 is me. One mom finds a bench and checks her phone. I need to get to me though. Um, my wobbler won't let go of me. This is true when I bring him to the playground. He won't let go of me. He's not ready to make his own way yet. My wobbler won't let go of me. Okay. All right, check. We're on 4. Okay, we've been to the playground. I want to maybe go back to those flowers and spring. So there's my intention 4. I need to get to me. My wobbler won't let go of me. Um, he too is bursting with spring. Um, eager to bloom with his gardener, me. Okay, 4 and then 5. Ready. He too is bursting with spring, eager to bloom with his gardener, me. Um, by his side with soft soil and snacks. He'll be ready. He'll be ready when, when? Let's see. 4, 5, 1, find. He'll be ready when, uh, he'll be ready when his roots feel more solid. Find. When his roots feel more solid. He'll be ready when his roots feel more solid. Um, when his desire to find what? I don't know yet. 3, sky. When his desire to find, um, his own flower bed grows, and his own grows taller than um, his desire for familiar skies. Boop, boop, boop. 6, life. Um, and and I'm not in any hurry for June. There's still so much life to peaks. There's still so much life um, to live in early March. Peaks. Peaks is a hard one to end on. Maybe I'm gonna do a play on words and do like peaks, like mountain peaks. There's still so much life to live in early March. Um, there's so much life to live. Mhm. Peaks, peaks, peaks. Um, Peaks. All right, I'm gonna put a bracket here. I'm gonna come back. I don't want to like hesitate too long and then I get fixated on it. I gotta let my brain relax and then come back. 5 here. Okay. Moving on up. We're on to the 6th one. Okay, 2. So I have, oh gosh darn it. I'm seeing a daisy chain pattern here. Peaks. Okay. Let's see. The sun sets later and later these days. It even peaks through, peeks out from behind the horizon. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting. I have a mission here. Peaks and then 4. Me. Okay. Out from behind the horizon just to wish me sweet dreams one last time. Okay. Then 6, life. The sun sets later and later these days. It even peeks out from behind the horizon just to wish me sweet dreams one last time. Even though it's 9 o'clock. Life can slow down now. Maybe slow down again. No. Okay, life 5, ready. Okay, life can slow down again now. Um, Flowers retreat. Flowers retreat. Bees get ready to uh, curl up in purple asters. Okay, so that was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the 5th one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 3 is sky. Curl up in purple asters. Um, the night holds onto a hint of blue sky. Boop, 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 boop. And then 1, find. The night holds on to a hint of blue sky. Um, I hold onto my son's uh, um, I hold on to my son's uh, kitten snores. Kitten snores in the dark. It's um, all that I can find. Okay. Now it gets a little bit trickier. So 3 lines. So life has to come in the middle and then peaks. So I'm looking at this last line here. So it's 3 lines, 6 in the middle, 2 at the end, 1 in the middle, 4 at the end, 5 in the middle, 3 at the end. So life in the middle, 2 is peaks at the end. Gosh darn peaks. And then 1 in the middle, so find. And then 4, me at the end. And then 5, ready. And 3, sky. Okay. So I hold on to my son's kitten snores. In the dark, it's all that I can find. Okay. Oh, to the swing. Sorry, I didn't see your message, JT. I was in the zone. Okay. Isn't that okay? I started with isn't that, so maybe I want to do a little book ending with isn't that. Um, and isn't that just like life? Um, isn't that just like life? Um, and then I have to go to peaks. Ugh. Um, let's see. And then I don't know, peaks, 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 peaks. Gonna take a sip of my decaf here. Something peaks. Um, like I'm gonna go to the birds. Like the birds that peek out from their nests. Find. And isn't that just like life? Like the birds that peek out from their nests. Um, they are the ones who find something. They are the ones who find um, the tallest trees to sing to me from um, And even when spring isn't ready, it it somehow manages to paint the sky. I don't know. I don't like paint. It somehow manages to um, maybe become. It somehow manages to become even when spring isn't ready, it somehow manages to become a bluebird sky. Boop. Okay. You know, I don't hate it, but oh shoot, but I have to come back here. I didn't finish this. And I'm not in any hurry for June. There's still so much life to live in early March. Um, uh, no need for, uh, no need to blossom when you just want to peak. Okay, I don't know. Uh, it is very complex. Angela says it looks great, but it seems very complex. And I'm not going to take the time to rewrite this because it's so long. Is this blurry? I've been having a hard time with my camera being sharp lately. Let me, that's worse. That's worse. Okay, I'm going back this way. I'll edit this part out. Oh, that's worse too. Okay. Well, I think that's a little bit better. Okay. I'm going to read it from the top. And isn't that how I always find myself when the sun finally peeks through from February's dull gray sky? Before I realize what's happening to me, my leaves have sprouted, buds ready to pop, setting free all this pent-up life. This winter's had a particularly long life. The blankets slow to retire to the linen closet, finding every excuse to stay cuddled close, like a child never ready to leave the playground. The dress with sunflowers peeks at me from behind that oversized sweater, begging me to slip it on, but it's not time, according to the sky. I stroll my son up the hill. He blows raspberries at the sky. As I push, push, push to the library, the as I push, push, push to the library. The shelves lose a little life each day the sun stays out longer. We come anyway. My son crawls over me to reach the bay window. He's never searching, so he always finds something he didn't know he was looking for. He peeks at the empty chairs behind our book. Someday he'll be ready. The slides have other children in long sleeves ready to be rolled up or replaced with t-shirts and tank tops, sky blue replacing navy. A toddler giggles, oops, a toddler giggles as another peeks from behind the swings. Sleep-deprived parents with no life left in our joints struggle to keep our smiles on. One mom finds a bench and checks her phone. My wobbler won't let go of me. He too is bursting with spring, eager to bloom with his gardener, me, by his side, with soft soil and snacks. He'll be ready when his roots feel more solid, when his desire to find his own flower bed grows taller than his desire for familiar skies. And I'm not in any hurry for June. There's still so much life to live in early March. No need to blossom when you just want to peak. The sun sets later and later these days. It even peeks out from behind the horizon just to wish me sweet dreams one last time, even though it's 9 o'clock. Life can slow down again now. Flowers retreat, bees get ready to curl up in purple asters. The night holds on to a hint of blue sky. I hold on to my son's kitten snores. In the dark, it's all that I can find. And isn't that just like life? like the birds that peek out from their nests. They are the ones who find the tallest tree to sing to me from. Even when spring isn't ready, it somehow manages to become a bluebird sky. Um, Geez Louise. I did it. Wow, wow, wow. Questions. Oh, thank you, Angela. Angela says congratulations. Yeah, that was a marathon. That was a marathon. Next week, is it next week? No, not next week. In 2 weeks, we have Martheus Perkins here who will demonstrate the triptych. Then after that, James Coates doing Four Kings and Ginger Ayla doing the Centum. So 3 weeks in a row, I'll get a break. But next week I'll be here. I don't know what I'll do yet, but um, questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams. Thank you, Spencer. Spencer says, I think you did well with this complicated form. Thank you so much. I do love compliments and flattery. It'll get you everywhere. You get an A plus. Oh, JT says good work. Angela says, are we going to have a spoken word artist again? Maybe. Um, are you interested in having a spoken word poem demo, Angela? Yes. Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do. And actually, I do have Christian Perfos's recording from when he was a guest in mid-April. I just have not had the motivation to edit the videos and put them up on YouTube. And it's not that I don't have the time even. Like when I do find myself having the time, I play Plinko on aarp.org. That's what I do in my spare time. I'm just so tired and maybe I can hire somebody to do it for me to get all those backlog of videos up so that you folks can watch them or catch the ones that you missed. Um, Connie asks, what is a spoken word poem? A spoken word poem is a style of poem that's more geared to performing on a stage rather than focused on the page. So, like a sestina is more geared to reading from the page. It wouldn't be, well, not that you can't, but a spoken word poem is kind of akin to rap, but without beats, like a cappella rap, but not always. It's kind of a broad genre of of poetry. And if you go onto YouTube and just type in spoken word poetry, you'll get a lot of hits. So there's a lot to explore in that realm. JT says it was very helpful to listen and join this challenge. Thank you. I look forward to joining again. Thanks for coming, JT. Happy to have you. Thank you, Connie. Yeah. Yeah. It yeah, there's definitely a rhythm, a rhythm to it. And oftentimes with spoken word poets who also have books, you'll see differences between the poem that is performed on a stage versus the poem that's written on the page. There are some differences there. Sometimes when you're performing, certain elements just don't come across on the page as well, like with timing and with um, when you're performing, you have your whole body and your facial expressions to perform with as well. And that all gets lost when you put your poem on the page, unless someone is familiar with your performance ahead of time. Um, yeah. Anyway, anything else? Or are there any requests for next week? And if not, I'll pick one from my big database of poetic forms and see what happens. Okay. Well, it's 9 o'clock. This took a whole hour. I'm out of here. Good night. I'm tired. See you next week.